For more on how the pandemic is affecting schools and universities, we're joined now by Michael Toothman. He teaches at the University of California, Riverside. He's joining us from Anaheim. Michael, anyone who goes to your LinkedIn page will find this. You've developed curriculum. You won an Excellence in Teaching Award as well. Your short bio ends with a question. How can I help you bring order out of chaos? And boy, that's the question facing universities around the world because there's just so much chaos and uncertainty. How will they have to adapt in this age of the coronavirus?
Well, when the coronavirus started to hit, all of our teachers were rapidly trying to convert their normal face to face classes into online versions. And that was a challenge, especially when it hit our university, because it was testing time. So now we're in another quarter and we got our legs under us. And I've really been impressed with the fact that I can bring a much more improved experience to my students now online than I could when I was teaching face to face.
Will we see a return to normal? And if so, will normal look different moving forward, do you think?
I think the face of higher ed has changed forever. And maybe these are very positive changes. I think with the more instructors getting involved in online education and putting out a superior product, we're going to attract more students. A lot of students who had given up on college because they couldn't attend face to face, the doors are going to be open for them. And I think the classes will be better because we can appeal in different ways online that we couldn't in the face to face type of class.
Michael, I was an adjunct professor at one point in my career, and I've spoken to a lot of professors about this recently. There's just this certain energy that you get when you're in a classroom, and the students feed off of it, the teachers feed off of it. It's missing, that connection isn't there in online education. How do you rekindle that?
It's challenging because I miss my face-to-face experience of my students. I miss my international students. I miss that engagement. So I'm doing my best to kind of replicate that atmosphere through Zoom. And I have a Zoom class in about an hour here. I'll be doing this and trying to incorporate the case studies and bring the energy and to get the engagement going. It's never going to replace that face-to-face, but I think there's a lot of things we can do to drive engagement and bring that personal touch to the virtual classroom.
And Michael, one final question before you go. I mentioned the professors. What about the students? What are they saying to you about, that lack of intimacy? Do they feel a difference as well?
Well, a lot of my students are returning to my classroom, and so they miss me being live and in person. But I've been getting a lot of emails lately from students appreciating how I've brought more engagement into the online space and trying new things, because you've got to be constantly trying new things to reach your students. And so I feel like I've improved greatly as an instructor by this whole experience.